please put your hands together for the hilarious Jake Brannon, everybody.
Thank you. I just moved in with my girlfriend. Hey-o, ba-boom. Anyone else not getting a whole lot of sleep, if you know what I'm saying? Because you guys keep each other up with your night terrors? Is that just us? Not a lot of sleep getting done in our house. I'm bad to sleep next to. She's informed me. I did this in the middle of the night the other night, apparently. She told me this the next morning. In the middle of the night, apparently, with no warning, I just jolted awake and sat up in bed and said out loud, "I have to check the machine." What? I then picked up my phone, fiddled with it. We still don't know what I did, what kind of cryptic email I sent to a sleeper agent in Russia. Slammed it back down and poof, was back to bed. Like, that's some Philip K. Dick stuff. I don't want to, that's terrifying. So, it's good living with her, though. She's making me eat healthier. You guys like avocados? Yeah, I've been getting really into avocados lately. My favorite way to eat avocados I found is throwing them away after I forget about them. It's super easy, super low cal. You can just toss them in the bin. Thank you guys already. I know it's early, but for being a good crowd, you guys are already very great. Believe it or not, that is not a given. There's some real bad crowds, some real mean crowds. I did a set a few weeks ago, and at the last minute, I found out that I was going to be following comedy legend Cat Williams. Yeah. You see, you guys are distracted by just the thought of Cat Williams. Imagine the man himself. You wouldn't give a shit about what I had to say. And they didn't. They didn't at all. Like, he went out there and crushed for 20 minutes. And then they were like, "And here's Jake." And they were like, "Who?" And they were like, "Too late." But I did it. It was bad. None of us wanted me to be there. It'd be like if you went to a really fancy wine tasting, right? And the sommelier comes out and he's like, "This next wine, I think you're really going to enjoy. It's been aged 20 years from the foothills of France. You're going to taste notes of chocolate and black cherry. Why don't you go and have a sip?" And you take a sip and you're like, "Oh my God, thank you. This is the best wine I've ever had in my life. We got our money's worth. We're going to go now." And they're like, "Oh, before you go, there is one more wine for you to try. Not so much a wine, more like a grape juice. It's a grape juice. Well, is it aged? It's expired. You're going to taste notes of Kroger brand grape juice." So thank you all for letting me be your expired grape juice this evening. It's quite the honor. Believe it or not, that's not the worst set I've ever had in my life. The worst set, if you could even call it that, was a few weeks ago. I got to read a book for my mom's kindergarten class, which sounds like a lovely way to spend an afternoon, right? Reading to 5-year-olds. Wrong. I don't know, when's the last time you guys talked to a 5-year-old? They are the worst, just scum of the earth. They're like a walking Mad Lib. They just say whatever shit pops into their head. And they're so mean. They're so rude. I went in there, and they heckled me worse than like a grizzled New York audience. They were so bad. And I was just trying to get through this Bernstein Bears story. And they just wouldn't let it go. I was just reading, and they were just like, "Show the pictures." I'm like, "Oh, God, I'm so sorry." So I tried to show them my hand just trembling. They're like, "Slower." I'm like, "Oh, my God, where'd you get a cigarette? You're 5. Mom, what are you teaching these kids?" And I got destroyed. I felt so embarrassed, and I left there. And I just couldn't, it was just haunting my brain. And I had that thing happen. I don't know if you guys have this. You guys have had this happen where I was in the shower the next day, and I thought of the perfect comeback. Isn't it the worst feeling? Where you're like, "Oh God, why can't I be back there?" So ever since then, I've just been fantasizing of getting to go back and just destroying those 5-year-olds, just putting them in their place, going back there to read the book, and then being like, "Show the pictures," and I'd be like, "Why? Because you can't read, son." And they'd be like, "Oh." Oh man. Before I get out of here, I'll close on this. Let me ask y'all, when did Dove stop trying to just sell us soap and start trying to redefine our standards of beauty across the world? I've been seeing their commercials on TV lately, and I don't quite understand it. They've started running these weird, semi-sadistic social experiments that people are probably not volunteering for at all. I saw one the other day. They went like this. They had a guy, and he was like, "We put 2 doors in front of a building. On one door, we wrote the word beautiful. On the other, we wrote the words vile street trash. We wanted to see which door the modern woman would walk through. And first of all, like, what woman is just walking down the street and sees that and isn't like, what the hell? Like, they can't, there's got to be zoning laws against this, right? I'm not walking through that door. And so like, they had to hire actresses. Obviously, I'm sure they hired actresses to walk through. So actresses walk through, and they get to the other side, and they're like, little did they know, when they turned around, written on that other side of the door was the word beautiful. Which is a horrible message, I think, to teach women, right? Because it's basically saying, like, hey, it doesn't matter what you think of yourself, as long as the world thinks you're beautiful. Because we're Dove, and we can't change what the world thinks about beauty. We're just Dove. We don't know what we're doing. We didn't think people would watch all these ads. They get a lot of views on YouTube. We're freaked out. But the weirder ones are the ones that they do to the men. Like, I saw one where they took men, and they set them down on chairs, and they hooked them up to heart rate monitors, and they showed them pictures of supermodels, and then they showed them pictures of loved ones, like grandmothers and their daughters. And they were like, and wouldn't you believe it? When we showed them those pictures of loved ones, their heart rates increased. And I'm like, yeah, I bet they did. They're probably like, where did you get those pictures of my grandmother? Is she safe? All right, you guys, I've been Jake Brannon. Thank you so much.
Keep it over Jake Brannon, everybody.